for another. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of God. Gluttony is the prevailing sin of this age. Lustful appetites makes slaves of men and women, and beclouds their intellect, and stupefies their moral sensibilities to such a degree that the sacred, elevated truths of God's word are not appreciated. The lower propensities have ruled men and women. Saints, victory over your appetite lies directly in the pathway of you receiving the latter rain. Now, saints, I cannot sugarcoat this. The prophet says God is leading us back to the diet that he gave Adam and Eve in their sinless state. In other words, as we are moving for God to create in us the image of him, we must move to a diet that Adam and Eve had in order to have that image of God. Now, when God created Adam and Eve, he gave them raw food. We won't get into the articles. It was raw. And then after sin, he gave them the turnip greens and the cabbage and the cornbread and what have you. But it was 1,656 years before he allowed them to eat flesh. Now, I'm not saying that those heathens before the flood didn't eat it, but I'm telling you, God did not give them permission to eat it. Oh, they were eating before the flood. But God did not give any of his people permission to eat flesh until after the flood. And when he gave them permission to eat flesh, listen to me, saints. Every bit of the blood had to be out of it. Now listen to me. Every bit of it. What's your grocery store's name here in town? Name me one. Metro. I mean, you can't go to Metro and get no meat. Name me another. You can't go to Nordstrom. Name me another. You can't go there. Give me another. You can't go there. There's not one in Toronto, in Canada, you can go to. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? God says if you eat it with the blood, go to second time, it's sin. That means you need to stop by the store tonight on the way home, get you some garbage bags, but you got to clean out your refrigerator tonight. This is real, saints. Who told you could do this? You are Seventh-day Adventists. You are God's chosen people. Do you understand this evening? And we're making excuses. Listen, brothers and sisters, I can read your body language. Some people say, I wish you'd shut up. I don't want to hear this anymore. I would get up and go out if I didn't look so obvious. Brothers and sisters, we don't want to hear this. You don't listen, you will give up heaven for some Kentucky Fried Chicken. For some saltfish. Ellen G. White says, their taste is their God. Leave them alone. And you know what, brothers and sisters? This straight testimony will cause this shaking. So we got to give it. I got to give you the straight testimony. So if you rise up against it, God says, give it, because I got to shake them out. When you rise up against it, that's exactly what God says. Okay, that and gone. Because he got to have a pure church. You're going to see this tonight. God is going to have himself a pure church. God is going to have himself a church that will do what he says do. But we got to give this great testimony so the shaking can take place. Are you hearing me tonight, brothers and sisters? This is real. And we're too close to play. I can't sugarcoat this. I wouldn't sugarcoat it anyway. Sugar's not good for you.